Well, 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 look who decided to return to the United States of USA.
Hey, I'm back.
Think you're better than us now? Now that you've left the homeland?
Um, no, I haven't shaven. It's like a 13-hour flight. I'm still pretty jet lagged, so I don't know if I'm better than anything right now.
You're better than us, don't you?
Uh,
That's why nobody should ever travel.
Mm. Arigato gozaimasu.
What?
Hey, babe. Woo! We're here.
We steer.
You in the right direction. Welcome to another. Well, I'm sorry. Welcome back to another edition of the Grossi Perna Show. I'm Tom Grossi. That's Brandon Perna, and this is Hudgy up here. Yes.
That might have been our longest break. Was that
It was our
break?
longest break. I mean, that's the longest vacation I've ever gone on. So that was
That was our longest break.
Yeah, it was 2.5 weeks. It was a long time. Well, what I missed, Brandon? Can you let me know every single news story, sports and otherwise, that I wasn't able to catch up on? On the other side of the planet.
Yes. Kickoffs changed.
But not in a way that seems like it's the best.
Not in a good way.
Okay. I just wanted to make sure.
They're just they moved the touchbacks to the 35.
Yep.
They tabled the tush push talks.
Good.
Because all of that butt talk was making several NFL owners uncomfortable. They said, we'll deal with this butt stuff later. They're going to address that in May. They're probably going to alter it, and it's all your team's fault.
Hold on. My team might be.
Your team's the biggest whiny baby bitches out there.
My team might be little whiny poo-poo pants over the tush push. However, there were plenty of other teams that were happy for the Packers to say something, to be like, oh, actually, I'd like it banned too. So, yes, I am not removing the Green Bay Packers for any responsibility of them being little poo-poo whiny babies about the tush push, because I think just get good. I think it's from the Bloodborne, the Dark Souls, the Elden Ring mythology of just get good. Just get good. Just learn how to stop it. It's not even that good against the Packers. But a whole bunch of other teams were like, "Oh, yeah, no,
you're the poster boys.
Good point. Maybe
you're the poster boys. You're the gateway drug. The Packers were the gateway drug.
Listen,
it's like they're literally like that meme of the guy like standing up, like raising his hand.
Yes,
and then everybody's like, "They did it. I don't like it either because it is hard to stop."
Yeah, exactly.
Like this, if everybody would just say that, I think we'd be cool. Like, it's really hard for us to defend that.
Yeah, sure. Just like,
guys, tried to do it. It's tough.
It's dumb. Okay. All right. Yeah. So they did that. Yeah. They kick off to 35. Okay. Whatever. Yeah,
those were two things.
Not doing it for
me. There have been no trades, draft pick trades. Nothing.
Yeah.
Aaron Rodgers has done less than nothing, Tom. That motherfucker done nothing since you left. You know what Aaron Rodgers did? Said nothing.
Nope.
Committed to nothing. He literally became more like Brett Favre while you were gone.
Oh no.
It is this weight, this drawing out of whether he's going to play or not is too on the nose.
It's so I recorded a video before I left.
Of Aaron Rodgers signed somewhere?
With the Steelers. Yeah, if he did it with the Steelers. So, like, I had all the teams in there, all the reaction, boom. Never even had to use it. I was like, I'm assuming it, dude, because I actually, for the first time ever, I paid for Wi-Fi on a flight on the way over there. Because it's like a 14-hour flight. Sure. And there was, like, before I left, there was some oh, maybe things are heating up a little bit. So I'm like, oh man, like, cause it's unlisted right now on my YouTube channel. So I was like, all right, as soon as he does it, like I got to hit public. Nope. I did not pay for it on the way back. I'll tell you that much. Did not do that. Cause I was like, I don't care. I don't care no more. It's gone. So
yeah, because the rumor became that he was going to maybe announce it at the McAfee big night charity thing
on a ropeway going like and seeing Mount Fuji, right? And I have like up on my phone, I was like, okay, that's all right. There's Wiz Khalifa, sure. Okay, there's a sumo match. Okay, just make it because I thought maybe Aaron Rodgers is gonna come out at the end. But then I also was like, I feel like that would have leaked, right? If he like Rodgers would have had to have a conversation with the Pittsburgh Steelers beforehand. Or it would be the most Aaron Rodgers thing of him just go out on Pat McAfee and he's just like, yeah, I'm going to play for the Steelers. And the Steelers are like, wait, what? And then they just figure it out from there. Because I thought that was a possibility. It could have happened.
Yeah. It would have been, I would have respected it, you know? That would have been a cool place to announce it. I don't think Rodgers believes, like, if you're going to announce that decision in that environment, you have to be 100% certain that you're still good at football. And I don't know if Aaron Rodgers believes you can't come in and be like, I'll be your savior, and then win, 6 or 7 games the following season. And trust me, Aaron Rodgers would like to appear in front of Steelers fans like their savior.
If he just maybe he does it on Easter Sunday.
He's like, I'm not going to... Who did we think he was going to one-up? It was like, I forget, but he's like, I'm going to one-up Jesus.
I'm going to get that guy back.
Only me and the Beatles are bigger than Jesus. And somewhere in their oasis, right?
It's true. Now here's Wonderwall. Now, here's the thing. How screw the Saints. That also happened while I was gone. That Derek Carr revealed that he has a shoulder injury. And to my knowledge, they don't know the extent, but it does put this season in jeopardy. Yep. Right. And then after that, there was oh man, maybe Aaron Rodgers could go, which would be funny, but I don't think that's happening.
Yeah.
But then again, to announce the Saints on Easter Sunday, Aaron, there's no better place or team that you could do that for. 1, but 2, then it was like, oh, Shedeur Sanders maybe going to be going to the New Orleans Saints after that. I'm curious on your take, because if I'm the New Orleans Saints, I don't want to use the word tank, right? Because that's whatever. But maybe you just kind of rock with the best player available and you see what you got and see, if Desmond Ritter's got anything, and that's not Desmond Ritter. I'm sorry, Spencer Rattler, and just like kind of see what you got there. So I feel like you just rock, and if you suck, and it sets you up nicely for the following draft, maybe, hopefully. But I don't know. How screwed are the Saints? Have they ever been unscrewed?
When they had Drew Brees.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, because there's no controversial NFC Championship calls, when he was quarterback, so I think it was fine. I don't think they've ever gotten screwed.
No, I think, like, if they believe there's a chance Derek Carr won't play this year after they already recommitted to him, and Shedeur does slide to him, I think they have to consider him. Because I watched Spencer Rattler last year, not good. Jake Haener, even worse, way worse. So even just outside of like, oh, maybe we can find a quarterback for the future, you kind of want to have a quarterback. And because they should have, if they're going to tank, they should have already committed to it, right? They already re-signed too many guys. We thought they were going to rip the Band-Aid this year. We did.
Yeah.
New head coach. $1 billion over the cap as usual. Reset this year, and they're like, nope, we're still going to do the Saints thing. So
we're going to do the Saints.
I want to know, like, I think the real question is, as Derek Carr let them rework his deal, like, did he know his shoulder was messed up then? Because it feels like he had to be like, shoulder's not good, but you guys better recommit to me for 2025.
Because they were restructuring his deal, like they restructured his deal, which is already going to,
or they were going to let him walk, or,
which was going to cost a ton.
And he was like, no, you're not.
He's like, no, you're not. I'm fine.
Like, I'm hurt too.
Yeah. I don't know what that timeline was, but it does not put them in a great situation. And I understand, like, if Sanders does fall to them, that's going to be like at least tempting to say, all right, he's there at 9. Like, let's go take a shot on him.
The other thought I believe is like they have this info out now. I think they need other teams to possibly think they'll take a quarterback at 9. That gives them a little bit of leverage if a team wants to trade to 9 or possibly convince somebody to jump them and give them a better chance to land a player that they want. But
I mean, because look at the Giants, right? Like the Giants, because I don't think we've spoken, right? Because did you when the Giants, like, they signed both when they got Russell Wilson? I don't even remember. It was too long ago now. I feel like you and I didn't talk about that.
Did we talk about the Giants and Russ?
I don't remember. But like I'm assuming the Giants aren't touching a quarterback now in that first round because now they're like, okay, we have Wilson, we have Winston, and now it affords us to go get best player available. You know, whether that's going to be Travis Hunter, whether that's going to be Abdul Carter. And it allows, and like, I think that's actually a smart move for the Giants because I don't know how competitive they were going to be this year. Their defensive front, like, it's looking interesting. They're trying to rebuild that secondary. But yeah, I feel like if you're just able to draft that best player available, and I know that there's a lot of concern/doubt about this QB class. If you're in a position where you don't have to go get a quarterback this year, I think that's going to ultimately benefit you. So I'm curious of what the Saints are going to do if they are saying, hey, our guy fell to us, we got to take a shot, or, you know, we just got rock with whoever the best is there. His tummy's a little messed up again. He's not throwing up food, thank God. But yeah, came home to not a great pupper, unfortunately. So yeah, I got to deal with that as well. But better than he was. So that's a good thing. That's a good thing. Let's rock. But yeah, Saints, to answer the question ultimately that was asked, are you screwed? Again, things haven't been good for a bit, and I can't imagine things are going to be amazing this season. The good news is that, like, you're in a division where who knows what's going to happen in the NFC South this season, because that's, I don't want to say like wide open, but like the Buccaneers, I think, look like the most consistent team. The Falcons, we're always talking about them. Like, maybe we'll kind of see, you know, how
if Penix is good, the Falcons should be all right.
And the Panthers, they look like an ascending team. They look like an ascending team, but we just don't know how good they're going to be yet.
Yeah, I just talked about, I'm working on a video about like trades that have happened over the last 10, 15 years or whatever. Mm-hmm. And like the end of this season, the narrative around Bryce Young has been very positive, right? Like, started bad, got benched, came back, played better. A lot of hype around Bryce Young. My question, though, is like, how much better did Bryce Young actually play? I know he played better than he was previously playing, but it feels like we kind of graded Bryce Young on a curve because it was so bad, and now it's like, oh, he was average. There's hope still. There's hope. So in terms of like when you're looking at where Bryce Young and the Panthers can go, like, he's got to take a big leap forward still next season. So yeah, I still think it's pretty clearly the Bucs division to win. I don't know what the Saints are going to be.
I don't think.
Yeah, I don't never eat the food at any Kansas stadium.
Oh, I do like that you have in the rundown the Chiefs try to ruin Christmas, and I know exactly what you're talking about.
Demonic bastards.
They want to be staples, Brandon, right? Because you got the Lions and the Cowboys; those are going to be staples on Thanksgiving. They've been staples for such a long time, and now the Chiefs, because the NFL, they're playing 3 Christmas games, right? They're doing,
I think, 3? And they're like, why don't you just make us permanent? And the NFL's like, I don't know about that.
Yeah. Oh, it was awesome. Yeah, because I think they're doing, is it 2 Netflix, 1 Amazon, or vice versa?
Yeah, it's something like that on Christmas. There's a 3rd Christmas game this year. So I hope you don't have a family. That's who's going to enjoy that.
That's I'll be streaming.
Because even if you're a football fan, the way I watch football, I don't want to watch it around my family. Like in that environment,
I want to be secluded.
Yeah, they distract you from the game. It's like it just becomes background noise. I get why the NFL does it. Their ratings were crazy, but nobody's.
Because it was funny because because Netflix obviously hosted Christmas games this past season, and I was very anti. Like, it's just another streaming service that people have to pay for, and it just puts football behind another paywall. And we've seen this now. Peacock, right? Prime. You have this now. ESPN Plus is on there too, and of course now you got Netflix. I will say, out of all, obviously Prime, they've had Thursday Night Football for a while, and like their Prime Vision and stuff, like they add a bunch to the game. I will say, watching it on Netflix, just speaking from the quality of the stream, like, I don't know if it was because I was watching it on my computer, but like, dude, like it looked really good. Like in terms of just I know for some folks had like some freezing issues, but when it was running, I just ran it through my PC and it was like, it looked like 4K football. It looked really, really good. So I was like, okay, I don't think it justifies to have all those games still in different places, but at least it looked nice.
I think the NFL should be behind 2 paywalls. You go to Netflix, and then you're like, oh, you want to watch this NFL game? That's actually going to be $4.99 more a month for the NFL package. And then once you get into the NFL package, they're like, oh, you want to hear the audio broadcast as well? That's an extra $3.99. And then right before the quarterback's about to throw a touchdown, pauses. You want to see scores in the game? $12.99.
Oh, $12.99. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Just keep, selling up, upselling. That's what they call it, upselling.
Oh, okay, is. Okay. All right. So you just put every single little thing behind a paywall.
Touchdown? You got to watch. You got to pay to see
touchdown vision.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. I like that.
And actually, they should get to a point where Netflix, these companies have technology that they can see if you're watching or not. And if you're not watching the game, they charge you. If you're not watching during a commercial, they charge you. If you're watching your team score a touchdown, they charge you. No matter what they do, your eyeballs have to be locked in.
So what if you blink? Blinking, no good, right?
That's a charge.
That's a charge. Okay.
It's just a penny a blink.
A penny a blink. Okay.
Yeah.
That seems pretty reasonable.
Yeah. Okay. So if you're not watching, you get charged. If you're watching, you get charged. It's really the profitability here, guys. This is why I'll be commissioner. Look, NFL owners, I'm going to get people to pay for the NFL who aren't even fucking watching it. All right.
Penny a blink.
You think making $25 billion a year is a lot? We're going to make $1 trillion a year. That's right. By the time we get to 2035 as your commissioner.
My question is, for the Cleveland Browns, do they pay people instead just to watch them? Or like, how does that work there? Because I feel like, how you have to watch some, like, right, like you watch some ads, or like you'll watch like 90 seconds of ads, to get like ad free for a little bit. I remember that was back in the day too. If you watch a Cleveland Browns football game, do you get to watch your next NFL game for free?
If you make it through an entire Browns game, you get the next one for free. Sure.
It's the ad that's in front of the football game, right? So you're just like, man,
they're the buy one, get one deal of the NFL.
I really want to watch Sunday Night Football, but all right, I got to watch the Cleveland Browns at 1:00 first. I think that works out. As long as there's that kind of pay system to give back, I think you're okay.
Yeah, I love it. Worst team in the league. That's your... If you opt into like Red Zone or Sunday Ticket, you have to claim loyalty to a certain team. If that team finishes dead last, you get your next year on Red Zone or Sunday Ticket for free. That's your reward for watching. You have to have shown you watched every game. If you watch every game of the worst team in the league, next year it's free.
It's like your community service sheet. It's just like, I have
a write-off as well. Sure.
I have a punch card. I watched 17 Cleveland Browns games this year. There's like, oh man, okay.
You took a standard $12,500 deduction for being a Browns fan?
I think it should be more.
That checks out. Great job.
Yeah, I think it should be more. Right? Truly. To see anything in Japan that you wish we had to do here in the States?
How are you treated over there, Tom? Because I've been watching the Pacific, the miniseries on HBO, and my take is the Japanese did not like us in that one, Tom. Seemed like they were trying to kill us.
How did they treat you? I watched the Pacific.
I don't know if they like us, Tom.
Yeah, I think, there's some tension, I think, back then, for something that was going on, that something global.
It shows no Band of Brothers, but it's solid.
I will say, so the heated toilet seat / bidet, because that was something to get used to. Because I don't know, because you were saying, you got the cold one and it shoots up there, and I was like, I'm in the middle of moving.
It's your smelling salts.
Yeah. So that, I will say, good God, my butt has never been cleaner. And it was nice to sit. And it was a very polite toilet. Everywhere we went, the toilet was very polite. You walk in, it just opened up automatically, right? It was super clean. So I will say the public transit system, that was a dream to get around. Google Maps made that like a joke. It tells you exactly like where to go, but like it was super clean. That was super nice. The food was really good. It was pretty awesome.
I bet.
So the food was awesome. And it just, we walked the equivalent of over 6 marathons over those 2 weeks, because we walk everywhere, and to be able to have such like walkable locations made my life very happy. And
you walked a marathon?
6 of them. Yeah. So
walking, who cares?
Yeah, it was great. So I
only want to hear if you ran it.
Yeah. I mean, I did run a marathon years ago, but yeah, that was it.
What was your favorite thing you saw there, besides the heated toilet seats? Do they weigh your poop?
No,
they should.
I don't get my poop weighed.
Poop weighs too much for your body's type. You need to eat less of this food next.
I don't know. I mean,
toilets,
like a smart toilet.
Okay. That's what we really need.
I mean, I don't know if I do. But anyway, I would say probably, besides, because we were there during cherry blossom season, which was just stunning. Like that's a once in a lifetime trip. So that was just really cool to see. There's a couple things that stand out. I saw Mount Fuji for a hot second, which was awesome just to like see that. But we went to Miyajima, and they have the torii gate that's in the water. Like, this is a picture that I took of that like at sunset. And it was one of the most like beautiful things I've ever seen. So like, just like the temples and the shrines, and to be able to go to places that I taught about to like my freshman years ago was pretty damn awesome. So yeah, a lot of good nature times were had. So yeah, it was awesome. I mean, like, we went up into the mountains. This was in Nikko, and like we were at a temple, and it was super quiet, and like it started snowing. Like it was awesome, man. So a lot of nature connections there. So it's all about it.
I went to Sam's Club yesterday.
How'd that go?
It was a little busy there.
You went away. Did you go to Stanley Hotel?
Yeah, we did go to Stanley.
Nice.
We didn't tell Carm that it was haunted, but we went.
Okay, how was that? It looked nice.
I was molested by a ghost. It was wonderful.
At least you had a good time.
Mm-hmm.
That's good. It was Jess's birthday.
In the shower, of all the places.
Oh.
Can't run from a ghost in the shower. Everybody knows that.
I mean, you don't want to slip.
Yeah. It was dead there. There was nobody there. It was awesome.
Oh, it was quiet?
Yeah, because it's like, it was right after spring break, and they technically, their season doesn't kick off until like May. So nobody was there. It was really nice. And
I did one time.
Although, they kind of, their customer service there was terrible.
Oh?
Like, because it was dead, they didn't give a shit you were there. It's like,
they're dealing with the ghosts.
So like, it's the Stanley. Just enjoy that you're here. Figure it out yourself.
That's fair.
Well, they have a whiskey vault there. I tried some whiskey. Nice.
Oh,
yeah, I remember catching Kelsey.
Yeah.
Pretty sure I definitely reviewed that in a video. Eric Decker had a reality show too. And I did a very mean-spirited review of that show because it was terrible.
Just like, and I was mean.
It's like, I love this guy, but this show sucks. Why would you do this to me?
Also fair. Yo, it's WrestleMania this week. Let's go. And yes, I do think it's going to be EO retaining. Also, Drew Lock. So 2 returning QBs.
Yeah, we got
Drew Lock.
What is it, 2023 again?
Yeah, going back to Seahawks. You got Joe Flacco going back to the Cleveland Browns.
Yeah, that's funny. Flacco going back is funny because...
Flacco going back is funny.
They didn't bring Joe Flacco back because they were worried that Deshaun Watson wasn't comfortable with him being there, right? And let's worry about making Deshaun Watson comfortable. You dumb fucks. People say you taking a shot at the Browns like in every video, and I am, and it's just never intentional. Just there's something about them that's coming up, and this is a good example.
Yeah.
Let's not bring back the guy who got us to the playoffs because the quarterback who sucked for us might not like it. Flacco leaves. They need a backup quarterback again. They go with J-Mo. And the people who thought Jameis Winston would be better than Joe Flacco, you silly, silly, silly people. Yeah. But now he's back, which is great. And if Flacco going back to the Browns kills another rumor because it was like, if the Browns don't draft a quarterback, they will sign Kirk Cousins. That rumor, probably not true now. So we'll see.
That's fair. That's fair. Oh, there'll be mocks. There will be mocks. There it was. Japan was awesome. Yeah, Moosey is just, thank God again. He's not throwing up food anymore, thankfully. But I don't know if it was just anxiety because I was gone and also just like, not having a good time. So got to get them all back up because there's nothing better than coming home to a pupper who's not 100% too. So I'm just like, cool. So yeah, I need to do laundry. I need to do a gajillion things, but it was awesome. Oh, okay. Maybe that's what it was. Maybe we weren't around for that Friday. Oh, you weren't there at Clickbait, maybe? I don't know. This was like 3 weeks ago at this point.
Yeah, we haven't done Clickbait for a couple. But yeah, Russ going to the Giants. That's funny.
Yep.
They should still take a quarterback. Dear God.
No, not this year. I don't think they'll have to. Like, just go out and get like Abdul Carter, make the defense really good, and then go draft a QB next year and see what happens.
But you don't know where you're going to be picking next year. You've got to assume a lot. Like, you're going to win too many games if Russ is starting for you. You're going to win 7 games, 6 games probably.
We'll see how that O-line looks. We'll see. Oh, so this was this. So we were. Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. I want to say it was about a week, like a week into the trip, right? We did Tokyo and went down to Kyoto, which was awesome. Really, really liked it. And we're walking around in this random park. And one of the guys who was at the Munich fan event is standing at the edge of the path going, and I was like, holy crap. So he was there. Then another fan runs up. And I was like, okay, didn't expect that. And I was like, all right, well, that's not going to happen again. It was 3-1. And then we had a fan we were walking around Lake Ashi near Mount Fuji. And another fan was like, I know who you are. You're the NFL guy. And I was like, Tom. He's like, Grossi. I was like, yes. So it's worldwide. Grossi Posse.
It is worldwide.
Worldwide. So, a nice. I do love that you're Maya and I agree that we both love that you're still rocking the mustache.
Yeah. I finally got approval from Jess. So.
I was about to say, did Jess give the stamp?
Yeah, but only because she's got a thing for Benson Boone. So.
Oh, so are you doing like the deep V cut and like going?
I'm gonna have to. You
gonna start flipping around? You gotta start flipping off pianos.
Yeah, that's. I gotta work on flips. Carm like loves that song, so it's on like all day now.
Okay, that's fair.
Yeah, and then she saw his. Was that the Emmys where he did the flip, or was that the Oscars? Where did he do the flip?
I think it was the Grammys.
The Grammys,
I think. I don't know.
Yeah, she saw that, and that's like the only time I've ever seen him because I didn't know who the fuck he was. I don't listen to that music.
I did see that. Yeah, Ovi passed Gretzky. I saw that, and most importantly, got people to watch an Islanders game, which, hey, look at that.
Whoa.
I saw that Ovechkin. Dude, it was a nasty shot, too. That was good for him.
But...
Oh, yeah, you did basketball things, too, because your coach got fired there, huh?
I didn't even do a video about the coach getting... Well, I mean, I did a live stream about that. But it was just that week. I committed to watching a Nuggets game, and they went into double overtime and lost in just horrific fashion. I was like, I should probably make a video about that. And then a couple days later, Malone got fired after they lost a couple more. Another bad one. So yeah, I'd like to talk about it more.
If only you had a show.
If only I had a platform for that.
Yeah. Also, didn't Ovi do it in the same amount of games as Gretzky, which is also like it's the exact same amount of games. That's pretty nuts.
No, it's very cool.
So you can't even make that argument. Just like, oh, well, he played longer or anything like that. Nope. Same amount.
How does his record compare to LeBron James, Tom?
That's the ultimate question.
That's the ultimate question.
That's all we care about.
Yeah. No, it's an insane record. It's one of the most impressive records in any sport for a very long time, really.
Oh, yeah.
Like, when are you going to see that again? It's not going to be like NFL. If you're looking at like passing touchdown records or any of that shit, it is years and years and years away. So,
and we're not talking about like 5 years even. Like, you're talking about like hey, if Patrick Mahomes, is going to attempt to do that, like Aaron Rodgers might be able to continue to, because it's Brady right now, right? So
yeah, you got to catch Brady. And that's what's cool. It's like the longevity thing, right?
Like 2 decades.
You got to be able to play for that long on top of being great.
Everett wants you to do a video on Frank Gore.
Frank Gore. A Gore video could be interesting.
Hold on. I want to you choose. It's your dono. You choose.
Everett.
The first one back. Which one is it?
Oh yeah, there's a new clip we need.
Oh no.
Let's see here. Need this one.
Okay, now he hasn't gotten any treatment from the medical staff, but he was on his left head. He had a softball.
It's just your laugh in the background as you're filming your team. He's like,
Hold on. We got to get Barks to clip this for us. Somebody tagged me in it. I think they tagged you too. And I think you'll like this even more than me. Oh yeah, because you're not on X anymore. Here we go.
Our time, Smoke.
Here we go, Tom. It is. Oh, I'm so happy I get to show this to you today.
This is what I missed when I was gone.
This is why we are here together.
Hey, I get it.
It's from the official.
Already hate this.
Victor. No, you're going to like this. Happy Friday. This is a new clip for us, Tom. I don't know why they did this. Is that Mr. Clean?
I was like, is this a Mr. Clean ad? Like, what?
It is. I like the Vikings more because of this, but I feel like this is some fodder for you to use at your disposal.
Like, did he just have them coming in and like cleaning their Super Bowl case? Like, what are we?
Why are they gently patting each other's bottoms?
They're insatiable. I don't know. Maybe is this art?
I mean, yes, I think so.
Is this just too much of a boomer to see this? I don't know. Arg.
This is just a bunch of stats about Russell Wilson and Aaron Rodgers last year. I thought were funny.
What is over expectation? What is
over expectation? It's like, this is the expectation. You were over it.
Wait a minute. Like, I want to. Is that an actual stat that they brought in? Like, is that? I want to make sure that that's what it means. It's like, this is what was expected Russell Wilson and Rodgers were going to do, and this, because that is the most nothing stat I have ever. Like, we have officially jumped the shark.
No, completely. Stats are ridiculous. But I think bottom line is, you're going to win more games with Russell Wilson than you are with Aaron Rodgers. His decline is real. His numbers looked better on paper. But the real numbers, Tom, the real numbers say not so good. Not so good.
Right, dude. Like that's what I'm saying. Like I will give them that. Again, I'm still not happy that the NFL is going behind a cajillion different paywalls, but the actual quality of the stream looked the best that I've ever watched football in. So I was like, okay, that's pretty nice. So I don't know if that's the TV that I'm watching, and I was just watching on a monitor, but very good, very good. What if your favorite team is the Browns? I mean, your whole city literally got free beer. Like it literally, a corporation was like, here's beer because you can't win a football game in a year. Like if that's not, people just coming together and saying, here's something for your sorrows. You remember when that happened, Brandon? God.
What?
Browns fans just keep on getting just kicked
I
right
feel bad
into
for
the
Browns fans. It's not their fans.
It's just
their team. Their team. They got Kenny Pickett, Joe Flacco, Deshaun Watson will be on IR, and no quarterback. Mm-hmm. They got to take a quarterback.
Mm-hmm.
You don't bring back Myles Garrett thinking you're going to lose this year. I don't know.
They did, but they did. But hey, at least taxpayers are only going to have to pay for like $200 billion or $2 billion of the stadium, whatever the hell it's going to cost. Like $2 billion?
Episode of the Pacific? I think like 7. Nice. I think I might have just finished 7.
Nice.
They got the what's his name in there?
It was dope.
Remy, the dude who played Freddie Mercury. Remy Malco. What's his name?
Oh, Malik, right? Is his last name?
Remy Malik.
Yeah.
Remy Malik.
He also is a James Bond villain, but he's from Mr. Robot.
Yeah. He's in the Pacific. Young. It's a little crazy, a little weird.
There you go. Which guy is most likely to fall? Ooh.
In the draft?
I would that's the thing. Who shouldn't? I don't know. Like Brian Branch is going to fall because no one cares about safeties. Like that's usually the way it goes in the draft. But I mean, there's probably going to be like a really good like wide receiver that's going to fall to the Eagles, and the Eagles don't even need one. They're just like, let's just go get this. The Eagles are going to be the beneficiaries of anything. Like some people, some teams will go and draft a quarterback, or they'll go and just like reach on somebody, and someone will fall into the Eagles' lap. Someone will fall into the Chiefs' lap, because this is just the way that the world works.
Yeah.
So we'll all suffer for it.
I think if Shedeur falls out of the top 20, he shouldn't fall that far.
You think he would fall that far?
I don't think he will.
Yeah.
Right now, like, who knows what's true about the draft? This is smokescreen season, but if he fell, I think he doesn't deserve to fall.
Things get better soon. You think? I don't know if he falls out top 20.
Yeah, I feel like I don't think he does.
I think there's a team that just takes a shot on him at that point.
I want him to fall for the Broncos' sake, because they're sitting at 20 ahead of the Steelers, right? And Aaron Rodgers hasn't signed with the Steelers. They're linked to quarterbacks at 21. If he's there, the Broncos are a prime team for another team to trade to, or even the Steelers just trade up a pick to make sure somebody else doesn't get their quarterback. So that's what I want to happen.
That's fair. Hey, I talked about him potentially going to the Packers. I think that'd be fun. Ooh. The Bills are probably, I would imagine that they're going to go after a wide receiver, but they need another pass rusher. Like they need they need to develop that position and not bring in just either injured or older veteran players and say, okay, we're good now. So I wouldn't be surprised if they go edge too, but wide receiver wouldn't be bad.
Matthew Golden.
Hey, we back. Also, talk about Pete Schrager leaving Good Morning Football.
Oh yeah, those were just old notes I had in there because I needed to put some notes somewhere. But yeah, Schrags left Good Morning Football.
Schrags left GPS stock every day and just go, yeah, I'm just put it.
Yeah, I was like, am I going to talk about these things? I just copied and pasted it there because it was the first document open. But that shows
you've been doing some stuff on. You just did a whole ESPN video and talking about kind of like the state of sports media. My question is, I was gone for 2.5 weeks. It didn't get better?
No, it didn't get any better while you were gone. They literally, the Ovechkin record was one of the points I made in that video.
Yeah.
Is First Take turned it into a conversation about how it compared to LeBron James. So
I think, I don't know if this, I honestly don't remember if this started right before I was leaving or I saw it like in the very early parts of my trip that the Stephen A. Smith, LeBron James feud was continuing. Yeah. Like that was taking over the internet for a while. And I was just like, I do not care. Like, this is not something that I could be forced to care about.
Yeah. My point too, like the point I got to in that video is that there is a lot of good coverage on ESPN. There's good people there, but First Take is not a good show. Stephen A. Smith is the highest paid person there. So ESPN's telling us this is our best guy. Sure. And they have not made that show any better. Even with Shannon Sharpe, like Shannon and Stephen, they can have good conversations. They've done nothing to evolve that show.
Yeah.
And you're just force-fed a bunch of bullshit during the daytime. And it's also about like what actually gets talked about on social media. And it's always the worst takes from the show, the mistakes. Sure. But, you know, it's and there's so many options out there. It's like if you want the shows to just be presented to you on TV, you're probably missing out. If you're somebody who cares enough about sports, you're going to seek out what you want. You're going to find great things.
Well, but I think it's a mix of so many different things, right? I mean, I think you have the direction that the internet has been pushed in to get those reactionary hot takes. I mean, we've been in the age of hot takes for how long now? And is it naive of me to say I feel like that, I don't want to say we're past it because I feel like that's like kind of what we're at, but like it's just got so oversaturated. Like everybody did that for years. Yeah. And I feel like there's just a numbness of like, I don't even care anymore. Like just saying ridiculous things on the internet or saying things on a talk show that's going to get clipped. Like that's all you're looking for is these viral clips. But I feel like just even finding those has been more difficult within like sports media because it's just going over the top. And people are like, okay, well, this is just boring. I'm not getting actual analysis. I'm not actually getting like entertainment here. We're just like spitting out a bunch of stuff. So I think it's that direction, right? Because like, this is what sells, this is what gets clicks. So everybody and their mother started doing that. And then at the same time, it's like what you said, the diversity in terms of like the options that you have. There's so many that you can go to YouTubers, you can go to podcasts, you can go to cable, you can go to just streaming shows. So I feel like it's a mix of everything. There's not this congregation of people that are watching like one program anymore, right? Like you and I, like Sports Center growing up was like the thing. I used to watch it just for at the end of the night, right? Or like just like watch recaps like with Berman, and it was just entertaining and it was also informative and it was just this perfect mix. But there also weren't a ton of options. Like there was post-game shows, like, you know, on all the major broadcasting networks. And then ESPN came in and was like, no, like we're also going to give you everything that happened in every NFL game because you couldn't watch what was going on in the Panthers-Falcons game because they weren't showing in your area and you had no way of getting it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. It's like the state of it's similar to the way music is now. People say like there's no good music, and that's not true. There's so much music out there. It's just kind of harder to find. Like if you're like Spotify is how I consume most of my music, and they recommend me. They're like, here's a sponsored recommendation, and it's almost always garbage ass bullshit I don't want to hear. But if I take the time to dig through music, like I find a lot through it. And sometimes you're like, oh, this song's great. And then you go and it's like a band who gets like 7,000 monthly listens.
Yeah.
Like it's a little more obscured. But that's the same way, like if you're, I think it becomes down like how dedicated are you as a sports fan to hearing what you want to hear? And in terms of like, what are you seeking out? Like, do you just put on stuff for background noise? Like, I'm sure like this show is a great background noise show for a lot of people. A lot of people are also engaged with it. That's ESPN was background for a long time. And now people don't like it. ESPN is still going to do numbers because it'll be on the screen at your gym but somebody's going to put in their podcast and listen to something else about the sports thing they want to listen to.
Yeah.
Like,
shout out to people watching GPS at the gym right now.
Fuck yeah. Get
Hell
ripped.
yeah.
Show us text pictures of your muscles. Tweet them.
Let's go. Whiplash. I like the Whiplash reference. Yeah, man. I don't know. I feel like it's just there's so much noise. There's so much, and we're also in a weird part of the season. Like you and I were talking briefly right before we went live. Of just, I don't know if it's the lead up to the draft has been, I don't want to say anticlimactic, but it just seems like, we had how many were 6 quarterbacks were going in the top last year. Like it was very QB driven. And I feel like, unfortunately, for a lot of draft hype, it centers around the QB, right? Because that's going to get the most airtime. That's going to be the most exciting of okay, what teams could potentially be good? They're going to find a CJ Stroud or a Joe Burrow that's going to take them that for whatever. And when that is lacking, it's kind of okay, there haven't been any trades for capital, which I really thought we were going to see someone move up, kind of early, but we haven't seen any of that. So I think we're kind of just waiting to see what the hell happens. Obviously this is a big, defensive tackle draft, and kind of just on the defensive line, which is not the most exciting. It's great if you need defensive line. So I'm happy about it, but yeah, I don't know if it's just a lack of action that is happening right now in the NFL, and also just the time that we're in, both in terms of everything else going on and, it's kind of the off season.
Yeah, there's not a lot of good storylines.
Yeah.
Last year, it was an insane amount of quarterbacks, first rounders. A bunch of teams really, really needed quarterbacks.
Sure.
This year, the teams that need the quarterback, even the Titans, they're going to take Cam Ward. We've gotten to that conclusion. They're most likely going to take Cam Ward. But you can make an argument they don't have to take a quarterback this year.
Sure.
They could do one more year with Will Levis. I think us football fans would enjoy more fucking Will Levis out on the field. And then you have the Browns and the Giants, and they don't have to take one. And then there's just the draft. If the deepest position group outside of maybe running backs is defensive line, that's just not as intriguing to football fans either.
Sure.
You need the wide receiver class is a little slim. That's a sexy position that gets people excited for the draft. It's a boring offseason. You got boring ass quarterbacks now because Russell Wilson, Aaron Rodgers have worn out their welcome in terms of being interesting trade pieces. Your other guy was Kirk Cousins. It seems like nobody's interested in Kirk. There's been no truly sexy moves that have happened. And even 2 years ago, you had the Panthers trading a fortune to go up and be in the number 1 spot to take Bryce Young. So that was an interesting draft. I mean, last year, one of the best videos at this time was Zach Wilson signing with the Broncos. Why? Because Broncos were a mess and we hadn't gotten Bo Nix yet. Yeah. So it's you need that intrigue. It's just not here this year.
Yankees fan? Yes. And yes.
Hey, I had to test it. Get out of here.
I will say, cold, very different from warm.
Yes.
Very different from warm.
Yes.
Very different.
Let's just say I used that guy twice before the show today.
There you go. I got extra clean.
Yankees
dropping a 50 to Perna. Doing it.
Ooh.
Loving it.
Wait. The Yankees fan gave me a 50 and asked you a question?
Yeah, that's right. That's how it should be.
I want everybody to do that.
That's how it should be. That's how it should be, damn it. Overexpected based on the
sneaky bastard.
Oh, okay. It's based on the defense they play. Got you. Okay.
Okay. Nice.
I appreciate you clearing that. I thought it literally was you had some random organization going, this is what I expect them to do this season, and then making a stat off of that. And I was like, okay, then we're too far gone.
Better the defense, the worse Rodgers played is basically what that says.
I saw that too. Yeah, the Yankees hit 8 home runs or something like that. And the Brewers, it wasn't great. But yeah, have they been banned yet, or is everybody using them yet?
I think they took them away right away. Honestly, the worst team in baseball every year the following season should be allowed to use torpedo bats.
I think so. Same with football, too.
First, I come for the NFL as commissioner, then I take over the MLB. They're still legal? They did nothing. Okay. Baseball's so boring.
I'd like to see the failing style.
Especially right now for me.
That's fair. Oh, wait. Are your the Nuggets, are they going to go to the playoffs? Are they in playoffs?
Yeah, they're the 4 seed. They locked the 4 seed in yesterday. Nikola Jokic averaged a triple-double for the season. Fired our coach. Seemed crazy. Looks like it's working. The Nuggets are back.
I know the Milwaukee Bucks clinched the playoff spot, so, Giannis is playing out of his mind.
Giannis Antetokounmpo.
Yeah. Draft Shadur? Why not? Why not? I mean, I don't do that early if I'm Cleveland, but there's nothing that Cleveland can do at this point that I'm like, oh man, I feel really good about it, because they just have a mess that they need to work through over these next few seasons. Yeah. They could, if they wind up drafting Shadur and he works out, then, they can have a very quick turnaround and they could look better. But yeah, I don't trust that organization at all.
Yeah, I don't think he wants to go there. But like a QB room with Flacco, Shadur, and Kenny Pickett, and then Watson injured somewhere.
Hard knocks again.
Just lingering in the background.
Oh, it's Perna. It's not even close. Perna can grow the stash game. It's not even remotely close.
Tom can reach the top shelf, though. Everything's a trade-off in this world.
So, hey, trip was awesome. I missed y'all. I missed doing this. It was nice to get away. It definitely was. But we back now. And now sights are set on the draft, which is going to be insane to try and prep for. We're going to get there. We're going to survive.
Bring metal bats into the MLB. That's what we want to see. Metal bats, and the pitchers have to wear blindfolds.
Okay. That's interesting.
Also, there's a trip wire in certain innings between bases, and you don't know which inning it's going to be.
The shrines and the temples were amazing, and to be there during cherry blossom season was no words. It was amazing.
Actually, the easiest way to fix baseball is just allow steroids to be used again. Baseball was so cool when like Bonds and McGuire and Sosa were just shooting up before every game, hitting dingers. Bam! Steroids. It's the greatest pitch for being pro steroid is that era of baseball.
I will never forget the Mark McGuire race. That was,
dude, we got to watch that shit at school. That's how big it was.
It was everywhere. Oh yeah,
McGuire, Sosa.
McBride, dude, got paid a crap ton of money, and I mean, he looked great. I mean, he's been kind of like that staple for their offense, so I'm happy for him. Tyler Gordon just got a whole bunch of money too, from Chicago. So
Trey McBride, Colorado State alum.
Hey,
working with elephants.
Danny, let's go. Come on now.
That's an incredibly awesome thing to say. Got a full-time job working with elephants.
I mean, it kind of is amazing.
Yeah, I've never heard anybody say they've gotten a full-time job working with elephants. Damn it. I work with the elements.
That's it.
This is Boreum.
Oh, yeah, Danny. Congratulations.
Oh, yeah, Danny, Colorado.
That's super exciting. You get to work with elephants?
Is this a counter to Danny, California?
Might be.
Chili Peppers reference.
Hey, let's go. We're back. We're here. We're steering. We're doing all these things. Yeah, Perna. So as we get closer and closer to the draft, what do you got? What do you got rocking? What do you got in the old tank here? Coming on out. What do you
got? Today is going to be just a news episode about this Derek Carr injury, Tyreek Hill, Deshaun Watson. And then tomorrow, I think it should be done. Tomorrow or Wednesday. It'll depend on how the week's going. It's about disastrous trades over the last several years in the NFL.
I like it.
Dude, trades are so weird. I feel like they're a real 50-50 sort of hit ratio, the bigger the trade is, but
that's fair.
And then we got one last draft profile video. and it's on that quarterback Tyler Shook. Tyler looks like Tyler Slow or whatever. I'm literally gonna learn about him after Will finishes writing. Because I'm like, who the fuck is this guy? And now they're talking about this guy. Like he could be the third or fourth quarterback taken in the first round or high second round. I've never heard of this man. So Schluck. I don't even know his goddamn name, Tom. But I'm gonna learn about him,
buddy. I can tell. Well, hey, that's all part of the learning process. Yeah, the Broncos defense better be good. Better be freaking good.
Oh, dude, our defense going to be sick.
Legend. Appreciate you, King Andrew. Hope you're doing well. Good to see you. Good to see you. We are back. Exactly. There you go. What's the worst thing that could happen? Besides everything. Japan was awesome. I appreciate it. Yeah, I don't know if I'm having a video come out yet today. I have to unpack and do a cajillion things and also do draft things as well. So there could be, maybe. But there's content coming this week. It's brand spanking new. So I'll be there. I'll be there. We'll rock. We'll roll. It'll be great. I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to getting back into
Tyler Shao. Tyler Shao.
It's Shao? Is it Shao?
I thought you were doing that. I was clicking on a different
Tyler
tab.
Shao.
Tyler Shao.
Ow. Oh, it's okay. Okay. I saw that. That was very sad. That was very, very sad. Yeah, it was yesterday, right? I think that was. Oh, Perna, before we even leave, King Andrew dropping a 200.
Andrew, you are my personal Jesus.
Yeah.
Stash the flannel. Dude, if people just start calling me the Marlboro Man, I will be very, very happy. I might not be good for you, but you're gonna want to smoke me anyway.
What?
Duval.
Come after me! I'm a man! I'm 40!
Yes, you are. Yes, you are. Yes, you are.
Andrew. Thank you.
Boom.
Thank you.
Boom. You could pull off you could pull off a Marlboro Man. I think you do it. Get a hat. Look good.
I talked about this recently, and this is
cigarettes?
Yes.
Okay.
Sometimes, like, when I'm envisioning my future and I'm like retired or something, I always picture myself with a cigarette. And I don't know why. I'm like, why do I think that's like where I need to get? I've never had a desire to smoke. My mom smoked when I was a kid.
Yeah.
I was like, I don't like cigarettes.
Yeah, gross.
She quit, but
hell yeah.
Like, for whatever reason, like, I'm trying to envision like my future, and for what I think it makes me look cool in the future or something. So the whole point is cigarettes are definitely cool, but you shouldn't do them.
Does it have to be a cigarette?
Yeah, and then I'm like, maybe I'll change it to a cigar, but then the initial vision is myself with a cigarette. So
okay. Yeah, you're just trying to like get through your retirement quickly. You're just like, I can't do this without football. Yeah, okay.
I'm like, if I can get there and I'm just on the porch with a coffee and a cigarette looking at the mountains. I'm like, wait, why do I have a cigarette? I have no desire to smoke.
Just want
anyway, now you guys know some weird thing about me. I see my future with the cig. Tom, what do you got coming out?
I don't know.
Do a cigarette video, dude. They're hot right now.
They're just crushing it right now.
Hot right now.
Yeah, exactly. There's the candy cigarette. No one will know. If you're just going for these
candy cigarettes were cool.
Because you're like in middle school, just be like,
the sugar content's actually worse than a cigarette. Don't do those either.
Yep.
They could put sugar in cigarettes.
Huh.
How can we make cigarettes even worse for you?
Well, folks, we'll be back on Wednesday. What will we talk about? I don't know. But
I don't know.
We'll be back.
We got the draft next week.
So
can't get here soon enough.
Let's go. Let's go. But folks, thank you so much for watching. I'm Tim Grossi. That's Brandon Perna. And this is GPS. and you have been navigated.
We reached your destination.
Caught it the first time. Caught it.